Are we good? Yes. And there we are. I really gotta stop hitting my mic. Greetings there, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lord Virgilus, and I like to do a random ramble. That's a little different for a change. You get to see the mic there, you get to see the weird painting in the background, and you get to see, stuff, but that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about HD collections. Yes, I've actually done this probably 2 times already. Once, actually, I got a desync in the audio and video, and I just could not deal with it, so I had to record it, and when I re-recorded it, I was literally all over the place, and then I decided to write stuff down, so I did. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. Hooray for notes. Let's go for that. So first of all, HD collections. What are they all about? One, they take old games, and you can't really see, they take old games and they put them on current or last gen systems, basically. So like taking PS2 games and putting on PS3, I'm probably going to be more leaning towards that than pretty much the Xbox and what they have for collections, because I really don't know, because I don't have an Xbox. So I'm going to be leaning more towards the PlayStation, so I do apologize for all the fans of Xbox out there. I know there's collections out there, but I'm not too sure exactly what it is. So, moving on. I'm just going to go through a couple of them that are just key. Ones that I have, first of all. And, well, the ones that I actually, that's absolutely... Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. Best buy for your buck out there for collection-wise right now, in my personal opinion, is the God of War saga, which is about $20. I believe it's on Amazon for $20 or around there, and you get 5 games. You get the first one, the second one, the 2 PSP games, and I believe the third one also. So that is pretty good for $20. 5 games for $20. And we're talking normal games here. We're not talking just like mini games or anything. Full-fledged games. So I have to say that's a pretty damn good deal, and I have yet to get it. Hooray for me. Yay. But anyway, and I do apologize for looking down at my notes here. Well, there's there's also the Metal Gear Legacy Collection, which is pretty damn good, but it's getting a little pricey here and there. So if you can find it for like $40 or less, you want to get that bastard quickly, because it's going up pretty damn fast. But if you don't have the Legacy Collection, you can also go with the HD Collection, which is just 2, 3, and the Peace Walker for PSP. And that's okay. That's relatively okay. Like, if you're obviously a big fan of the first one, then don't get it. Or if you found the second one to be one of those, your Bane type of thing, don't get it. But overall, looks pretty sweet. Plays like the PS2 game. And it has trophies. That's one good thing, so you can kind of test yourself on trophy-wise. And holy cow, I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. But there's also the Devil May Cry, which basically I wanted to get right when I wanted to actually do it. Even though I have all 3, the 1, 2, and 3, and then I also have the special edition of 3, which is different because it has bonus content in it. that's the greatest thing about this, is that you get 3 games. They play like pretty much the PS2 game, and you only have 1 disc for it. So sweet. It's pretty good. And there's the Zone of Vendors, which I have to say looks amazing on HD, and the HD collection looks, it plays exactly the same. Absolutely fantastic. And we got Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts is a little different. It's the HD Remix 1.5, which has the Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and the cutscenes for, I think, Kingdom Hearts 358/2 days for the DS. Now, what I actually don't get is why they have the cinematics for that. And it'd be a little bit hard to, I guess, program 2 screens into one, unless they're side by side, I guess. And then just put the entire game in there, because obviously the game is not going to be that big to put in there. But who knows? But yeah, the Rechange of Memories is obviously the PS2 remake of the Game Boy Advance one. And the Kingdom Hearts is the Final Mix, which actually never came out over in North America. But in Japan, I think Europe also got it too. And that has bonus content in it, so that's pretty good. So it's first time stuff, so more content. It plays like the PS2, absolutely 100%. So that's what it is, and it's good that they put like a different version, or a version that came out over here, and just remaster it into an HD collection, which is good, because it is good playing a game that you haven't played in a while, and you don't want to bust out your PS2, or if you don't bother, if you don't want to get your game, or if you don't have the game in the first place. That's mainly why these HD collections, and that's why I keep on hammering this thing, is if you don't have the games, you missed out on the PS2. You can get these HD collections and play them. Yeah, they're not going to be looking like the letterbox 3-4 what is it, ratio, but they play exactly the same in the widescreen. It might looks like you kind of think it might look stretched, but it doesn't. It looks freaking sharp A. Sharp A. Where'd I get that from? I have no idea. Anyway, going on. Those are a couple of good ones. Other good ones that I definitely want to pick up are the ICO, the Shadow of Colossus remake, because it's Shadow of the Colossus. It is. It looked amazing on PS2, so I cannot fathom what it looks like on PS3 PS3 right now. That's one, and I know it's relatively also in the cheaper range. We got the Jack and Dexter, which again is just 3 games put in there. Don't know if there's any bonus content to it, but I never got to play the Jack and Dexter. I do have them, but I never got to play them, so I can just put 1 disc in instead of playing one and actually come. Okay, I'll explain that later. Instead of 1, no, and what was I? Lost my thought. I can put in 1 disc instead of just putting in 3 discs of each game, which might not sound okay, but eh. But one I definitely want to get, because I don't even have the games, is the Ratchet and Clank one, which got the PS3 Tools of Destruction, the future Tools of Destruction, and I found that absolutely hilarious. So I kind of wanted to go back and play the PS2 one, and they were kind of scattered. You don't actually see them too much around. And then the HD collection came out, and I'm like, score. There you go. So that's good. Now, not all HD collections are good. One is on the borderline. I like seeing it because of the visuals, but I really wish they left it alone. And I'm talking about the Silent Hill HD collection. For some, the HD collection consists of 2 and 3. The 2 of the greatest hits because it has the extra content, and 3 is just the normal. I don't think there's a special edition, is there? And there might be, I'm not too sure, but it's just a regular edition for as far as I know. So, for some crazy reason, the guys over at Konami figured, well, seeing how 2, or pretty much any Silent Hill game, it doesn't have it has the atmosphere, the voices are, I don't really want to say the best out there right now. It's if anything, I have my own things on that, but the guys, they're so calm for what situation that they're in. And it just kind of fits, but it doesn't fit at the same time, so I have no idea what's going on there. But anyway, we're moving on. Is that they took the dialogue from the second one and threw it and decided to re-record the dialogue from the second one, because with different voice actors, or if they're the same, just really bad versions of it, because it doesn't sound like the original. For some reason, I have no idea why it doesn't sound like the original, but holy cow, I have no idea. But after playing the second one, I wouldn't say religiously, but more enough than actually get the idea of what the voices is and kind of feel how the voices are. You play this one and it just, something sounds off. You really don't know. It just it irks me a little bit just playing it, and it doesn't really just doesn't really do that. Why they did this, I have no idea. They should have just left it alone and throw in the first game and the fourth game, and then call it a freaking awesome collection. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty much Team Silent's Silent Hill collection. That would have been an awesome collection, instead of this basically piece of shit they put out. I have no idea why. No idea. Okay. But anyway, bringing back to games that I didn't get to play. And we're going way back. We're talking 90s here. Actually 80s, the early 90s. We're talking this one is called Sonic Genesis Collection, whatever. But basically it's a Genesis collection of games from the late 80s to about mid-90s. Obviously it has the Sonic games, but it has a lot of other ones that I haven't heard of, and I'm like, awesome. Major things is that you can unlock content, like videos from the creators and so forth, and arcade hits. Now, this pulls into my nostalgia insane, because before I was a Nintendo, I'm basically addict, basically. I was an arcade guy, and I used to play some of these arcade classic games. Hell, one of the arcade classics is my first video game I ever played. And it just, seriously pulls at my super nostalgia, because I remember when I was like really damn short, like 6 years old, playing these games, and I'm like, I can barely go up and see the screen, and I'm playing this, and I'm just like, holy cow, some of these games just bring me back. And the thing is, if things basically didn't happen the way they happened, I would have been probably a Sega guy. That's probably, and I just look back and I'm like, holy cow, that's very true. Because before I was even interested in Nintendo, I was looking at Sega a lot. I was looking at the Master System, games from there, and like, holy cow, like that would have been quite interesting. I'm just like, it's a pure nostalgia trip for this one, and that's good, and it's in HD. Like how there's Golden Axe on here. All the Sonic games, well, not like in extent, but it has all the Sonic games. I'm going to just adjust myself here. And actually, talking about Sonic, there is Sonic collections out there that are way better than this one, but there's one for GameCube and not the Super Nintendo. Yeah, Sonic on Super Nintendo. Probably somewhere out there, but not here. What was I saying? The PS2 and the GameCube have their Sonic collections. I think the PS2 one has slightly more, because I think they have the Game Gear games also. The one for the GameCube only has the ones from the Genesis and minus the Game Gear games, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. But again, also collections, definitely good. Not HD. I'm going into collections now. Now, collection-wise, there's obviously the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and then the Mega Man X or Anniversary Collection. So the Anniversary Collection is actually pre-Mega Man 9 and 10, so they're not on there. And they also get to play the two arcade titles that never came over here, so content that never actually came over here. Score. And then I mentioned the Sonic Mega Collection, and then there's the Mega Collection on the GameCube and the Mega Collection Plus on the PS2. So I'm assuming there's more content on the PS2, which I don't think I've actually checked out yet. And I don't recall. I think I have it. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, there's going on, and there's a lot of actually collections that have old titles, like arcade titles like Midway, Namco. Yes, no. Namco? Namco. Yes, it's regular Namco. Namco. What else? There's actually one, there's Data East. I know there's a Data East collection. I wouldn't mind getting that Data East collection, because I remember a lot of Data East games. I can't remember anything on top of my head except for Bad Dudes. And there's obviously Neo Geo collections out there, which are, I think, pretty hot things right now. But there's also a lot of things. And there's a Kirby one, which I have to say is pretty good and pretty sweet, because they actually put the Game Boy games in there too, which is pretty damn great. So, awesome. And that's on the Wii. And finally, this is going to wrap this up, because I'm going to have a nice good rant. Oh man, this I want to get out, because I absolutely burns the freaking hell out of me. And I'm talking about Mario's Anniversary Collection. 25th Anniversary Collection. I'd bring it down here, but I really don't. It's buried somewhere in my collections. I don't even know where to begin. The game itself is a joke. What comes with it is basically a joke. The guy's been around for 25 years, and Nintendo just treats him like basically Capcom is treating actually just slightly better than Capcom's treating Mega Man, because we don't get any Mega Man stuff and Mario stuff still coming out. But for 25th anniversary collection, the guy got a Wii game that's basically the Super Nintendo version of Mario All-Stars. And I have to say, the Mario All-Stars, that doesn't have Super Mario World in it. So it's just 1, the Lost Levels, 2, and 3. That's it. Like, if it had World on it, then I wouldn't be like, it's okay, it's fine. And that it's a bit better, but still. Other than that, it comes with a music disc. Not a music disc with all the tracks of Mario, just like a select few over the 25 years. Not even like, it's like a best of, but a really bad version of best of. And a small history book of Mario, which I was looking through my guides, and I have to say, yeah, it covers pretty much everything up to pretty much when it started to there, but not in great detail. I have to say, this here, I got this back in like 1989. This is when 1989 or 1990. Probably 1990, because this is when Mario World came out. And this, I have to say, this, like half of the book, a good half of the book, like this much of this book covers the history of Mario. And this book here does a better job than that game up there. And this is from just Mario and Donkey Kong to Mario World. That's it. And this does a better job. And everything's falling. Okay. Nevertheless, I find that they probably could have done it better. One, they could have done Mario All-Stars, but put in the original games. Put the original Mario 1. Hell, the original Japanese version of Mario 2, The Lost Levels, for The Lost Levels. And 2 and like 3 for the NES. And definitely put World in there. World is definitely a must. It should have been in there. And hell, even World 2, Yoshi's Island, put it in there. Why not? Because after that, they kind of went into the whole, was it 64, Mario 64, and hell, you had to put that one there too. Why not? Or like put games that I have to say Mario All-Stars is pretty well known, and it's not really that hard to get. So what's going on? Like, seriously. Like, I'm kind of worrying what they're going to do for the 30th. Like, I really hope it's a little bit better. Like, yeah, they did that. No, that's a thing. No, that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say they didn't do that because they have the games on a virtual console. And they don't want to hurt the sales from the virtual console. But the major thing is that this 25th anniversary collection was limited. And right now, it's going for, I wouldn't say insane price, but definitely a hefty price for what it is. Like, I would not, if I didn't have it, I don't think I would actually buy it, because it's basically Mario All-Stars on a Wii disc. And I really don't, like, it's okay, but I prefer the originals. Like, you can get Mario 1, 2, and 3 probably for less than you get from this game. Like, I'm talking about NES cartridges. And I really don't know. That's the thing. Actually put it in perspective. You can probably get Mario 1, 2. So let's say it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can probably get all the games that are on there for like the regular NES, the Mario 1, Japanese version of Mario 2, Mario 2, and Mario 3 on the Virtual Console for less than this game here. And I don't know if there's, well, I don't know if there's Mario All-Stars on the Virtual Console, because if it is, there's no point in actually getting it whatsoever. I would say just get it in the Virtual Console. Pay, like, what is it, 800 Wii points for it. Instead of, like, it's, I don't know. It's, last time I saw it was around 80 to 100 bucks. Actually, 80 for, I think, a used copy. Might be 60 now, but 80 bucks for a used copy, and I saw a new one going for like about 150, 160 bucks, maybe even more. For Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo on a Wii disc. Seriously. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I don't want to be like the nerd and it's like, what the hell are they thinking? But seriously, what? Are they like going Capcom's route of just basically saying, well, we're doing for old school stuff and anniversary specials, we're just going to do shit out something. That's about it. Like, holy cow. Hell, even Mega Man. Like, yeah, he's been going basically down the shitter since... what? I'm trying to think of the last good one of actually before 9 and 10. Probably the end of the Battle Network series, I think. Because Star Force was just a DS basically version of Star Force, or no, Battle Network. Relatively. Like, it has like different stuff in it, but anyway. I'm going for classic, I'm going for network. The Battle Network series is... I stopped at like number 3 because it just got too chaotic with the whole 2 cartridges thing, and I'm like, just don't have the time. Anyway, that was my ramble and slightly rant on HD collections and also collections. I recommend getting, if you're into old school games, I recommend getting like the old school stuff from, like, there's Zeldas out there, which I have to say are not exactly worth it. Like, there's the, I can't think, it's the collection, I can't think right now. It's not an Anniversary Collection, it's just Zelda Classic Collection or something. And it has like 1, 2, Ocarina of Time and Jorah's Mask on it. Hell, that sounds better than Mario Wii Disc, I'm saying. That's on GameCube. And there's, I don't know, there's not too much Zelda out there, I have to say. I wish there was like 1, 2. Because that's the thing, Zelda's been all over the place on, like, mainly all the Nintendo consoles, except for like maybe Virtual Boy out there somewhat. And I really wish they would just kind of bring, even if it's not the 3D Zeldas, like maybe the 2D Zeldas together, and then maybe the 3D Zeldas on like another disc, and make it like an ultimate collection. That'd be like freaking amazing, seriously. Especially, you know, on, what's it, Wii U? Like, I'm pretty sure that the disc can hold a lot. If it's like, it's not like Blu-ray, almost equivalent to Blu-ray, but I have to say it is HD, so you can fit a lot of crap on that. So, Nintendo, bring out an Ultimate Collection of Zelda. There you go. Boom. Pretty much every Zelda from the first one to, I don't know, probably minus Skyward Sword. Hell, if you can fit on there, do a Skyward Sword. Link Between Worlds. Seeing that you're bringing out the DS portable stuff, throw it in Link Between Worlds. There you go. Just do a giant Ultimate Collection. Throw a figurine in there, do an Ultimate Collection. Plus with like a figurine and special edition stuff. There you go. You want to make money? Go with good nostalgia stuff. There you go. That's what you do. And definitely put Mario further in like his next anniversary, whenever that is. Do a decent collection. Seriously, do a decent collection of Mario. It's like not just throw Mario All-Stars on a Wii disc. It's just, it hurts my head. It hurts my head very much. Like Sonic got an excellent collection on a freaking, what is it? GameCube and PS2. Got all his games. You can play every single one and their different variations. Let's go. Let's. There you go. That's. I have no idea what else I can actually say other than it's good. It's like there's a lot of unknown games out there that need to be in collections. Hell, there's a lot of them that are actually bought in other companies that are not existent anymore, that are bought into other companies to bought in other companies. So let's bring some of those back. Hell, I would love to see an Adventure Island collection. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Throw like the Super 1 and 2 in there. And I can't recall anything else, like maybe new Adventure Island off the Turbo Graphics and stuff. Like Nintendo, you got Turbo Graphics. Adventure Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 never came out over here. 3 I barely saw. 2 is like I have not seen either, but I've seen, but I haven't rarely see it. 3 is like the freaking Sasquatch for me. I have to say I've seen it like once in a blue moon. 4, like I said, never came over here. You got the Super Nintendo one, which you got the first one, the second one. The second one is like Wonder Boy based, but nevertheless, throw in Super New Adventure Island. Hell, throw the Game Boy games in there. Put it all in one disc. I highly doubt that will actually fill up even half a Wii disc. Literally, throw in some extra content in there. Bingo. Hell, I don't know. I think I'm going to stop this because I'm just like I said, random rambles, rambling about everything. Oh, I have no idea. I can go on about a lot of things, like back in the day, like how they can put like LJN collection together, and that would be actually, if anything, it will probably might sell slightly because of the unpopularity of LJN, but who knows? Just for the sake of basically that, throw in a couple of documentaries on that, like why and how they did this, and there you go. Throw in extra content, like seriously, especially these old stuff. Throw in some extra stuff. And if you have different versions of the same game that are slightly different, you know, if you throw the same game in because it's the Japanese version, it's exactly the same game, don't do that. But if it's like different, like some content was cut because, oh yes, actually brings up the cut content where actually just triggered that. Konami, I want to sit you down and say, you gotta make a 2D Castlevania collection. Or just make a classic Castlevania collection. Yes. Hell, throw in the arcade game Haunted Castle in there. There you go. Old school Castlevania. Maybe up to the PlayStation. Ended off at like Symphony of the Night or something. So you got the arcade, I think there was a couple more, and there's so many like other different ports. You got the NES ones, 1, 2, and 3. Super Castlevania. 4, Super Castlevania 4, you got the one on Genesis, Bloodlines. And Nintendo EU, well, you got Sega, so there you go. On the Sega Genesis, boom, you got Bloodlines. Hell, I think it's on Virtual Console too. Come to think of it. And you got the Castlevanias for 64, which, I don't know, might be a good thing, or might not be a good thing. And you got the PS1, which might be a little... Hell, even PlayStation somehow did a Castlevania collection of, like, newer Castlevanias, like the PS2 Castlevanias. And there might be a collection out there, but, you know, update it, please. HD. There you go. Possible. And oh geez, I don't know what else. And Capcom, if you want to do, just do a just one. Definitely, if you want to throw another Mega Man kind of collection out there, put in like 9 and 10 into the mix, because I think the PSN actually doesn't go with 9 anymore for some reason. And what else? What else? I have no idea. Oh, how can I forget about it? It's freaking Ghouls, or is it Ghouls and Ghosts? It's the Ghouls and Ghosts stuff. Like, there's been so many variations of it, but you can just put... What is it? It's all over the thing, but nevertheless, it's more Nintendo-based. Because Sega's into Nintendo now, and there you go. Boom. You got the Nintendo one, you got the Genesis one, you got the Super Nintendo one. What else? I have no idea what else. There's the ones on the PS2 from Maximo, but... that's on PS2, and it's just loosely based on it. But still, 1, 2, 1, the NES, you can throw in the arcade out there, might as well. It's a little thing. I'm just throwing you a bone, seriously, there you go. And there's probably tons of other things that I'm forgetting. Like right now, I have to say I like... Wait, this is kind of interesting, but Capcom collections for the PS2 are fantastic. I think number 2, I have number 2 because it has a lot of the Ghost and Goblins, like, games on it. That's great. Like, absolutely fantastic. It doesn't have the actual NES Classic that I actually still banes me to this day that I haven't passed. One of many. But still, going, just, companies want to make some cash. Just bring out some classic content, brush it up, make it look good, throw some extra content in there, and charge it like for cheap. That's the thing. Like, if you're just gonna throw the games on there and just bring it out, One, that's a waste of space. But throw in like artwork and facts and trivia or whatever, and there you go. You got an excellent classic collection of games and bingo. Oh, I don't know exactly what else to talk about. I've been going on way longer than I wanted to. But holy cow. Anyway, I think I should wrap this up before I actually start. My God, I'm just totally flabbergasted on what I actually talked about, because I actually got everything I wanted to talk about. The ones I recorded before, I'm like, oh, I have to do this and that and the other thing because I was worried about my camera and all that. But I'm like, this situation is fantastic because, one, got the mic here, got the camera there, and hopefully this turned out fantastic. So until then, stay frosty, and I'll see you next time.